started doing heroin with said that meth was the bad stuff. He's like, don't do that shit around me or get that shit, like he thought it was
Yeah,
the
you were
devil.
just telling me that the other day. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's wild. I mean, like to be like biased, like I won't be biased, like heroin and meth are and alcohol is like the three worst drugs in the world. I mean, beside cocaine. I mean, like cocaine too. Like those four drugs are the worst drugs in the world.
Yeah. And meth just gets meth like tears up your bones and everything, and it's just like my hip was messed up, and the meth didn't do me any favors,
Yeah.
any
Oh,
favors.
and don't let me forget about cigarettes. Okay, because cigarettes is like another worst drug in the world. I mean, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Like, because I smoke cigarettes every day. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I don't. I do smoke cigarettes every fucking day. And like I've always like heard, don't smoke cigarettes. Don't smoke cigarettes. And I never fucking took that advice. And like I've always, since I was 13 years old, smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
And my mom and my dad never told me not to smoke. The school, I got that from like school, is not to smoke cigarettes. And I always told my mom and dad, like, I'm never smoking cigarettes. I'm not doing that. That's so gross. Because I would smell it when they would smoke. I was like, that is so gross. I don't want to do that. But here I am,
sucking them down.
35 years later.
Sucking them down.
And I can't get a fucking way from it.
Nicotine's hard, dude.
Addiction is fucking hard, man. And
you
like,
haven't tried. You could. If you really wanted to, you could. Like
Cody's right. Cody's right.
If there was a red button where we could push it and all the cigarettes died in the world, you wouldn't die. Yeah, I mean,
I would push that button, Cody. I would be one of the ones that push that button, and I would push the button for no alcohol in the world. Because you know why? Because I know if it wasn't here, I wouldn't do it. But it's so easy access. I can go to the store, buy a bottle. I can go to the store, buy a pack of cigarettes. But I guarantee, if that was not on the earth, and meth and heroin and all that other fucking badass shit was still here, I still would not do it.
Smoke weed.
I wouldn't do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna smoke weed till the day I die. I'll put that out there right now. I don't care. I will smoke.
Hey, so what about this? Okay, what about this? So there's a red button for all the drugs in the world, even weed. And alcohol. Right. And then what?
I'd push it, bro. I'd push it just to get rid of alcohol and just to get rid of cigarettes. I would push it. I would push that button. But it's hard for me to stop all that. But if it wasn't here on Earth, I wouldn't, and then I would have to stop, and then I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't care if it was here or not. I would not. I literally would not care.
I noticed it in recovery that cigarettes are the last thing to go. Like everybody, they quit the meth, they quit the heroin, and cigarettes they can't let go of. It's like the one thing.
It's like this.
Oh yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
24/7. 24/7.
Remember I quit for 9 months.
When did you
remember? And then in rehab, and I quit for 9 months.
You smoke cigarettes?
And then, I used to smoke cigarettes.
Yeah,
I used to smoke cigarettes on the streets. And then I quit for 9 months, and then I started working in the kitchen with Scott. And then Scott was smoking this fucking vape, dude. Now I can't stop. Well, I can't stop.
50 milligrams. 50 milligrams. 50 milligrams.
50.
Yeah.
I would die, dude. I would fucking die.
Big dog.
You remember that one time Remember that one time you're like, let me hit that, and it was out of my big vape in our room, and you're like, you gotta put your arms in the air, you're like,
Yeah.
and you're like, Jesus Christ, dude. And I'm like, what? Why didn't you say something? You're like, I couldn't breathe. And you're all trying to like breathe. You're like putting your arms up, remember?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's how
remember that.
everybody was.
Scotty, he used to get me all the time, dude. He got me like 4 or 5 times, dude. He's like, keep trying this new flavor, dude. It's awesome. I'm like, fuck. You know, like,
But I just remember like so many people back, like when I was young, like just trying to give me advice because they saw at that time where I was headed. And we called it rough roads. Okay, but maybe back then they called it something else, right? But they saw where I was headed. And like I was so blessed back in the day. I had everything going for me. I had so many opportunities. And people were trying to tell me, Daniel, slow down. Slow down. You got this. You got this going for you. You got that going for you. And I loved the drugs so much that I couldn't stop. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's like, yeah, drugs make you feel good. Drugs make you feel like you're on top of the world, but it never lasts because you always come crashing fucking down. Yeah. No matter what. I don't care who you are or where you're from. If you do drugs enough, you always go as high as you can and you fucking smash a concrete wall face first. And there's nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. You go to jail every time. If you do drugs, you will go to jail. Yep. I do. You will go to jail. I do. If I think about it, if I think about drugs, I go to jail if I think about it. You know.
Dude, I thought you went to jail the other day. Remember?
When I fell asleep early.
Yeah. No.
Yo, yeah. Cody was like, day. I was like, no, he didn't. I was like, no way. I was like, maybe. I was like, I don't know. Yeah, it was kind of scary at first because Cody kind of had me believing that you did. Yeah, but I know that you don't like go down rough roads anymore. So I was like, nah, there's no way. So I just kind of like,
I just know where he lives, and all he has to do is go outside and fucking take the wrong left and get out of jail, dude. Like,
yeah. But also, but also, Keith doesn't go down rough roads anymore. He's like building his castle. You know what I mean? Like Keith is like building his right roads. You know what I mean? Like he's building his right roads, and I know that. Just like all of us are. You know, no matter what I'm going through right now. I mean, like I'm going through rough roads, but it's a different kind of rough roads. You know, I'm not going down rough roads doing like all the drugs that we did. I'm going down different rough roads, and I'm maintaining it, and I'm still going to work every day.
You know? And so you guys want to hear mine, I guess?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I've been thinking about it kind of, and like, if I had to take somebody's advice, it'd be when I was walking down 35th one day, and I just got off the bus, and I was actually going to an anger management appointment, and this fucking guy came out, and he was a big old guy. What was it? He was a National Guard or something, right? But he came out and he was like, "Hey man, you're built perfect. You should join the military," you know. And I was a little bit underage, but like when I hit 18, I went and joined the military, you know.
Yeah.
But like that's one thing that like Like I should have like listened to him. But everybody else, like I don't ever. I try to think back and like I don't really remember anybody saying don't do drugs because it really wasn't around me. And they were like, don't sit, don't smoke, you know, and don't go without a job. And I told my grandma I would never go without a job. And then I went 5 years without one, you know. But other than that, like it was me that did it, you know. Like I was influenced by somebody or something, or you know,
What,
That's
all that.
something that we
what,
should talk about. That's a good topic
what was
right
it?
there.
Like, what was it? What was that moment we decided to do heroin?
When
That was
when meth was fucking like bullshit. That's when I. Sorry, Cody, I didn't mean to cut you off.
what was the question? What was it?
So what was it?
When did
that-
we decide to do heroin?
Yeah, like what was it? What was that moment? Like, why'd you decide to do it?
So I had a girlfriend. It was like my first love my whole life, and
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I used to like Klonopin, you know.
Oh no, oh no.
That was the first thing that I ever did,
Yeah.
like drug wise, like that. Like
Mhm.
that was
You crazy?
I did.
You go crazy on him?
I'd get all like squishy, like because I was working out all the time, so I was always sore. So I'd be like,
I heard Klonopin gives you crazy dreams too.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember about the dreams. But anyways,
That's what I heard. I never really did
I was-
Klonopin or anything.
and then it was like the OxyContin pandemic, you know,
Yep.
and her dad was getting OxyContins because he fell off the trailer, and then somehow like she's gotten addicted to them, and so she's stealing them from him, and he's giving them to her both, you know, and then I'm taking them because she's taking them, and then then the pandemic kind of ended for the OxyContin thing, you know,
Yeah.
and they couldn't get nothing. They could get those Roxys, but it was only sometimes, and blah blah blah. And so he started doing heroin. And when I would do that heroin, it was like me doing speed, dude. I'd like
You'll
go
do that.
cleaning up
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how
Same
it was
thing.
for me. That's how it was for me too.
Were you shooting up or smoking it?
At first, I was smoking it.
Yeah, that's
Like
how
that. It was
I started.
like I smoked it for like 6-7 months.
That's how I did.
Like
Yep.
straight hardcore. But then I quit. It made me the sickest I've ever been in my whole life, dude. Like even way more overshooting it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was so sick, dude. I was sick for like 13 days. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't do anything. I remember I slept for like 5 minutes, like 3 days. For 3 days, you know, like for 5 minutes, you know, for 13 days, man.
Wow.
And like, you know how like it makes you feel where you're like, you know,
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Makes your arm feel like
Crawling out of your skin, like
Yeah.
crawling, crawling out of your
Fuck
skin.
yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that's I mean, like the reason why I kind of went to doing heroin this last time that I went out. Like I've never done heroin until this last time that I went out. And the only reason I did is because the meth is garbage. And like I tried fucking some heroin and it fucking like lit me up. Like Cody said, like I would like I wasn't like a nodder where you like like this,
Yeah.
like I wasn't like
Couldn't
that.
stand
like,
those people. I
like,
couldn't stand
like I
them.
do a blast of fucking heroin.
I tried
and
to
like,
do it.
I'm
I was
up
like,
for
what the
days.
fuck, you guys? I need to do more.
Like I would be up for days on heroin. I do a blast of fucking meth and I'm out. Like I'm like sleeping.
I just did I did goofballs. Mix them together.
Yeah,
That
I
don't-
did, but I
that don't
never
make-
really liked.
that
I
don't
never
make
I
you
did
really
crazy.
that a
liked
few
that.
times.
What's that, Gray?
I did it a few times, but
I
not
did
much.
I did it every time for 3 years, like 6 times a day, mixing them.
It really
Yeah.
wasn't different than doing them different. Like
Oh,
everybody
dude.
says goofballs are good, but you could do a shot of meth and a shot of black, the same thing.
Dude,
I felt like
they
it
were.
wasn't. I don't know.
It was a good feeling.
But the point is, it's just like, I mean, like all that like sent us down, like downwards.
That's a bad.
It never lifted us up. It never lifted us up. All of our relationships were trash. All like the relationship with ourselves trash. The relationships with our family, our kids, everything was trash, all because of that.
Yep.
And now we know that. And like I just want to make it a point that we're not trying to glorify anything right now, but like we did do a lot of drugs and we handled it the way that we handled it, and each one of us handled it differently.
Absolutely.
But there's so many people in our lives that told us, don't do this, don't do that. And then what we did the opposite of what they told us.
Sure.
Hey, you know what? You know what another one is that I can think of right now?
Where are you, Cody?
Okay. I'm talking to you. Where are you?
Yeah, I see you now.
Okay. So, another one is Rebecca. You know Rebecca?
Rebecca from
Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a while. I see her like every 6 weeks for coffee or whatever.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
I remember her. She was telling me like, don't check when you're going to get your license. Don't check the box where it says that you've been in rehab, or else you're gonna have to go jump through a whole bunch of hoops. I remember her saying.
Yeah.
Do you remember her saying that?
Yeah.
But
I never checked that box, and that's good advice.
Don't ever check that shit. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Don't ever
great.
check it.
I checked it, and I had to go to the doctor and have him sign off and give me an evaluation, drug evaluation.
Yep.
What?
That's how it is nowadays. Even if you get busted, so if you get busted and you have like even a little bit of marijuana on you, and then you can get your license taken away for like
3 months,
121 days. Yeah, like
Not if you have a week.
like you just said, like 3 months.
If you have a
Like
weed
you
card,
can
you're
get
good.
your license taken
and
away.
it's stackable. So
And
if you
it's
had like
stackable.
weed
Yep.
and that shit, and
If you have a weed card, if you have your weed card, you're good though, right?
But if you're high, okay,
yeah,
so
good.
even if you have your weed card, you cannot be high while you're driving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can have it on you.
That.
You can have it on you, but you cannot be high while you are driving.
You can, just don't say you are. Don't say, I'm high.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah, exactly. I'm just saying that if they see that there are signs that you have smoked or that you are on some kind of doctor's prescription of some kind of medication, you can still get a DUI or DWI.
DOW.
Yeah, whatever they want to call it. I mean, there's like so many different acronyms.
ABC.
Driving on weed.
So many different acronyms. But I mean, just don't smoke. Don't smoke in your car. So because the first thing that if you do anything and you get pulled over, and they smell any scent of marijuana, you're done. Marijuana is the most. You can't get away with fucking like can't drive and smoke in your car. I do not smoke marijuana in my car at all at any times. No, anywhere, nowhere at all anymore.
Dude, I used to roll hard, dude.
I did too. And I had a couple. I don't do it anymore. Like I will never like not smoke marijuana, but I will not smoke marijuana in my truck ever, anywhere, at any time.
Dude,
doesn't matter.
Smoke marijuana in your truck.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, when we were camping, when we were driving around. Yeah. Yeah.
Not without me knowing.
You smoked it with me.
Hey, Cody,
And Blake.
Cody,
Uh,
do the vapes smell? Do it smell to
yeah,
it?
Yeah,
a little bit. They smell like
yeah,
t-shirts.
they do.
It's mild though.
Yeah, they do.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
like
mild. Like you can get rid of it, but if you were to blow it out in like the room and you come in, you can definitely tell you're smoking dab or something. But
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you gotta, but it'll go away quick.
Just anybody out there that's fucking doesn't want to go down rough roads, don't smoke weed in your car. Just fucking
Don't
wait.
smoke weed.
Smoke it
Don't
at your
smoke weed.
house, smoke it outside, smoke it at your work, and then get in your truck and go.
And
Don't
then watch
smoke it in your car.
and then watch our podcast.
No, don't
Watch our
smoke it at
podcast.
work.
Hey, watch our podcast on weed. It's the most
Oh,
important thing.
weed.
On
Hey,
weed.
you guys, have you guys ever seen the back of a dollar bill? Huh?
Have you ever
guys
seen
ever seen that?
Have you ever seen a third
Have you
side
guys-
of a dollar bill?
Here, let me see it. Hold on, where's my wallet? Oh, hold on real quick, okay?
Hey, so Keith, yeah, what do you think about all that?
About the weed?
Yeah, about smoking weed.
I mean,
About the
you-
weed.
you can. I got a question. You can walk if you have a vape. You can be walking down the sidewalk and hitting it, not get in trouble, right? As long as you have your weed card, right?
Yeah, just fucking don't show everybody either. But look,
Yeah, most
see-
likely you'd
see
be
this?
okay.
Look. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah,
Have
and
you
it's
guys
like the Twin Towers.
No.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen?
It's the
have you
Twin
guys
Towers
seen
blowing up.
it? Have you guys seen it on weed? It's like this. Look, like when you get high, it's like right now. What I'm seeing is like red team, blue team, blue team's yelling to red team, go, red team go. Red team's like coming up over here, right? And then fucking here they come. They get their back. They fuck come over here. Red team. I was kidding. You guys are all looking.
Wow.
I really thought he had something going on.
That was awesome.
You guys don't know what that's from? Fucking, you guys are old.
Yeah, that's from a movie.
Cody,
Red team go.
Cody, what about those like pill looking things with the THC in it? You ever see those?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
crystals.
Those will fuck you up.
Yeah, those will fuck
You know, I mean, like what I like. Okay, so I mean, like everybody's like used to always say is like, marijuana is the gateway drug, and like I totally disagree with that 1000%. I think if anything that is a gateway drug, it's alcohol. Alcohol is a gateway drug to everything.
Yep.
Marijuana, I believe, is really a medicine. And it does help. It helps me. It helps me stay clean off of hard drugs. I wish it could help me stay clean off of alcohol.
Okay, so I got a theory on that.
Okay.
I got a theory. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll split this up in a timeline. Okay, a big long timeline, like a human's length life expectancy, right? And then like so when they're first born, you're influenced really easy. And so like when you smoke weed, even if nobody influenced you to smoke weed, and then you start smoking weed, you're gonna attract these people around you that are smoking weed too. And everybody is probably gonna be like little teenage influenced little bitches, right? And then they're gonna fucking get in trouble and go here and go there, and it's a bunch of minds together instead of you're just one right now. Like you're old enough to know, and you're not getting into that bullshit, and you're using it for weed.
I see where you're going with this.
You know what I mean? But it's about like it's not about the drug. It's about what it attracts, the other souls that it attracts around you.
Yeah,
that makes it the way. You know?
Yeah. No, I mean, like you are right, 100%. I get. There's no way that I can disagree with that because, like, you're right. You are right, and it depends on like how like where you are in life and like how strong you are in your mind. So weed could be a gateway drug. I get that. It can be.
But not like alcohol.
Well, let's boost it up a notch, okay? So like let's say you're older, you know, and you smoke weed and you have a job and you've held it down and you have a car and you pay your rent and you have a phone and you pay your cell phone bill and you have a dog and you take care of your dog and you have 3 girls and you do all that, right? Or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then but you haven't really like done other drugs, right? So okay, so number one, to you've mastered weed, right? You're good. And it's not a gateway drug because you're fucking on your way. But then you decide to experiment with meth, right? And then you have to go get the meth. You have to go and interact with somebody to get the meth, and then you get all these like followers, or you want to smoke meth with somebody because you don't know really, and so you got this little friend, and then you got this other little friend. That's a gateway. That's the gateway. It's the souls that it brings around you. You know, it's not the drug. Because people do meth their whole life sometimes and nobody even knows. It's not really the drug, it's the souls. The people that brings around you, that is the gateway. You know?
I can kind of agree with that. I see what you're saying. I see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get back on topic, kind of, just because we were talking about, you know, just like, you know, the advice that we got.
We shouldn't make it too long, though. We shouldn't make this too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is about the people that we hang out with. It's all about that. It's all about the, you know, the souls that we get, and then that bring us to that. And we need to watch out for that. We need to be careful about the people that we hang out with. We need to be careful about the people that we associate with, because when we associate with people like that, and then we turn into people like that, and that's just it. And it's not bad or good or whatever, but like whoever we hang out with, that's who we act like. That's who we start to be like.
I heard this thing. It's like 5 people that you hang out with, you're like, what was it? How did it go? Like the 5 people that you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like the five people, the first 5 people you hang around, you're the sum of them, or something. Like you're the sum of.
Yes.
Like you're them.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yes.
That's weird.
And that's why we are such beasts, because we don't let that shit, you know? I mean, we talk a lot of shit. We might smoke a lot of weed, but in the long run, like, we know, like, what not to do. We know the right roads. We know fucking, like, the rough roads. We know the fucking, like, wake up every day. And I love how you put this, Cody. Put your boots on and get out the door and go out there and make something. Put your boots on every day and get out that door. And just, even if you don't want to, put your boots on, get out the door and go to work, or just go put something good into this universe. And then you will start building a platform where you can start going upstairs.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Guys,
yeah, because you try. Oh yeah.
If anybody wants to be a guest, you can send us a text or call us 801 215-9682. Check us out on Twitter at rough_roads, at rough_roads. We're also on YouTube, Rough Roads Podcast. If you'd like to help us out with a donation on Venmo, it's Rough Roads Podcast. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/Rough Roads. Send us an email, roughroadspodcast@gmail.com. That's all I got.
Yeah, I really appreciate anybody that listens, even if it's 3 people, 4 people, I don't care. I mean, as long as somebody gets something out of this and listens to it and is able to comprehend kind of like what we're saying. I know a lot of times we're all over the place. We're just trying to get started. But we do have a lot of knowledge, and like we really want to like help anybody out. And this is really just about processing. If anybody out there just wants to talk, even if you are on that rough road, processing is the way to make you better. Get it
801
all
Heck
out.
yeah.
801
Get it
215
all.
9682. 801 215 9682. We're always here for you. So shoot us a text, give us a call. Monday night, we're going to have Trevor Hess on. That'll be interesting. So Trevor's got a podcast too that he just started. So we're going to have Trevor on. Do you guys know Trevor
Trevor.
Hess?
Oh, Trevor. Yeah, I love Trevor.
No, that's not
He was
Trevor.
at Sea House. Sea House?
No, not Trevor. Not Trevor.
Oh, not that Trevor?
Trevor has big dude.
You're not talking about the same Trevor?
No.
Oh,
You'll see. He'll be
that's
on.
what,
He'll be on Monday night with us.
But
You'll
that's
see.
cool.
Trevor. Okay.
No, not that Trevor. Okay.
Oh,
All right, guys.
we need to get him on
Stop
too.
recording.
Okay, peace out. Rough
Peace out.
roads.
Peace out.